did the research in the Essex courthouse, I guess it is. The research was basically reading the court testimony, which was kept in that building, which took me, I don't know what, 6, 7 days. I had read about this way back in the 30s when I was a student, and it meant very little to me then. It seemed to be happening on the move. By the mid-50s, like a lot of other people, I was at my wit's end as to how to counteract what I thought was a hysteria sweeping this country. To put it in a few words, it was seen to be a dangerous place in which to hold an opinion of which certain senators disapproved of. And I was suffocating, like most other people, with some way of replying to all this. Because the nature of paranoia, which is what we were really experiencing, is circular. That is, anybody who strives to counteract it is suspicious. The act of opening your mouth against it casts you into the camp of those who were accused. And there was no breaking out of this circle. It seemed to me in this experience we had in this country in '69 and '2, perhaps I could throw some light, not on the politics of the occasion, but on the mood. You could get people excited enough so that the idea, for example, of a person's right to paint or write whatever he chooses is menaced without much defense. People get hot enough, they'll trample over anything. And what my play is really about, and what I think Salem means, or should be, is that here, some people refuse to compromise with the government and tell lies in order to save their lives. We can be led or misled by appeals to a certain kind of purity of belief. And a politician who has no qualms about telling lies, it happens all the time, of course, can very quickly generate a following among certain people by telling them that if they follow him, they leave sin behind. If you read carefully the record of the trial, you will have to be struck by the number of people who are telling the court that they were being tempted by Mr. So-and-so in an obviously sexual way. This kind of, or a man speaking about a woman, floating in through his window and lying down on him while he was peacefully asleep on his farm. Through these testimonies, they could speak in the open about things that normally would be repressed. So it was, in a psychological sense, a return of the repressed, as Freud would have put it. The things that were out in the open, which would be prohibited otherwise, but under the cloak now of a campaign to clean up the town, the Commonwealth. I don't think this ever ends. I don't believe it ever ends. Every human being in every society has a panic button. And if anybody is unscrupulous enough to mash it, they're going to create a condition which, if it's unopposed successfully, can end up killing a lot of people. If somebody's going to yell fire when there is no fire, there's going to be a stampede. And somebody's going to get it. And I don't foresee the time when any society is guaranteed against that.